welcome. The beautiful alchemy bowls wanted to come as the entry point for the rose reading this evening. And as we're going into a new moon solar eclipse in Gemini, an air sign, this beautiful air element bowl felt really appropriate to share. Hi Daniela, hi Peggy, hi Jackie. Yeah, it's a bit high again. But I thought that if I didn't come on this evening and do the rose reading, then it would get blurred into the week. And I've really endeavoured to get ahead of the wave of these new and full moons, so that we've got an insight as to what the energy is that's coming forward. And a Sunday night is actually quite a nice night here in the UK to do the readings. So it's just beautiful to hear the sounds of the alchemy bowls. They work so well with the roses, and it really does feel that a lot of these old light technologies are so potent for this time. The roses and the crystal kingdom work really beautifully together because the roses hold pentagram as their geometry, and the crystal kingdom doesn't hold a geometry in that same way. So we get trigonal crystals, we get cubic crystals, we get hexagonal crystals, octagonal, amorphic, but we don't get pentagonal crystals because it's not the way that the crystal form grows. So the weave of working with the crystals as a carrier wave for the rose energies, and the rose's pentagram, as many of you will know that have worked with the roses with me, that there is just this beautiful heart connection with the roses, and a connection, of course, to Venus. The pentagram is the signifier of Venus too, and of course Venus transcribes the Rosabella, the five-petaled rose in her dance in the heavens. So all of these different aspects of as above, so below are so connected. So the rose and the pentagram and Venus are all connected in their alignment to beauty and to love. The pentagram, of course, was used, or the golden mean, the ratio held within the pentagram, was used by a lot of the great artists like Leonardo, because we recognize it as beauty, and it is the growth proportions of our body. It's sometimes known as the beauty proportion, but it's something that sits really close to us. And also some of you will be aware of the work of physicist Dan Winter and his work in connecting the golden mean with the ratio of the heart in love. So he developed a computer program whereby, and I had the blessing of experiencing this in 2007 when he had me hooked up to his computer, and if you went into a meditative loving place, then his computer program would show that as you hit into that ratio of the golden mean, that you'd fully dropped into the heart and into love. So all of these things are connected. So this is why working with the roses for me is just working with pure love codes, and they are only here to illuminate for us anything that we might still be holding that isn't frequencing to love, or as an affirmation for us and a guide and an insight for our pathway forward. Anyway, I digress. So we are entering the portal, the window of activation for this new moon solar eclipse. So we have been in a very active window from the 26th of May, when we had our lunar eclipse, full moon lunar eclipse, to this one, which is a new moon solar eclipse. And it's been a very active window for so many of us in illuminating pathways forward. There's been a very high level of photonic light being poured onto the planet, and also the Schumann resonance has been spiking and extremely high. And so what's that doing? It's forcing us to bring to the surface anything that is really outworn, it's sell by date, any pattern, any thought form, any relationship that is no longer in a frequency alignment, anything that really now is calling us to either review and renew it, realign it, or to just let a flow occur, which is letting go of the old in order to hold and anchor the absolute truth of what we know in our hearts to be right alignment at this point. When I was tuning in for this particular session, what I really got were 4 keywords, and that was integrity, authenticity, accountability, because we are recognizing that actually if we go counter to what we know is true, there is almost like the universe gives us an instant feedback, and absolutely self-responsibility. This is a real keynote for us going forward, that we come into a place of absolute connection with our own truth. So this is a powerful, potent time, and it's really is a point of not anybody else's truth, but absolutely being able to align to what is authentically, and we know it. We either get it as a gut feeling, or we just absolutely know with every cell of our bodies that this is a correct alignment, or that there is something else that's calling us forward. So another key piece that came up for me is actually, what do you stand for? What does your voice stand for? And where are you in this alignment with this I am presence inside in order to move forward? So let's have a look and see what the roses have got to offer us as wisdom for this time. I know some of you have been following my my daily 21 days of rose readings for focus on a daily basis, but this is our normal 3-card reading for the new moon. And let's see what the roses have got to say for us as guidance for this time. And also, while I think about it too, do look out from the 8th to the 14th, an amazing man who deals with addiction therapy, Dr. Gabor Mate, who I've been really blessed to work with, to study with in this last year. He has got a Wisdom of Trauma film coming out on the 8th. It's being released from the 8th to the 14th, and I really do highly recommend his work. He's just an amazing man who walks his talk, I think is the right way of describing it. Anyway, Just let's see what the roses have got to offer us as their wisdom for us for this new moon. So to start off with, we have got Rose Bagua 9. Rose Bagua 9 sits in the area of the Rose Bagua that is all about fame and illumination. For me, this rose speaks to us of being the visionary, of moving into that place of the visionary in our own lives, and really taking time to tune in and be really clear about what we're calling forward. One of the other things that I wrote down on here was really being clear about how you want to feel. Moving through these times, it's the feelings and what it is that you're wanting to experience through that feeling sense. Things like inner peace, or forgiveness or contentment in your life. Anywhere where you are going to be raising your frequency through your feeling nature. Hi Pamela, hi from Scotland, hi. Gosh, Lizette, Alison, welcome. Yeah, so this is Rose Bagua 9. What is it that you're wanting to vision forward at this point? It may be a very good use of this new moon window to perhaps sit and take time in meditation and get super clear about what aspect of you is the visionary and what is that aspect of you calling forward. What have you come here to hold? One of the things that I've been super reflective of in this last week is my path. What it is that I came in to create beauty and clothing for women for 20 years. So creating external beauty in ceremonial clothing. And then my path took me within. And so the calling to that place of beauty within, that place of knowing thyself until thine own self be true, and being able to walk with that, and to forgive all of the places where we have judged ourselves perhaps and made choices from old patterns that we can see that perhaps we even inherited. So this rose calling us to be the visionary is absolutely one of the keynotes, I think, going through this new moon and also through the summer solstice. And from the summer solstice, of course, we will move to the full moon on the 24th, which will complete this whole process. So this is a really good time. If you have the Rose Oracle, get friendly with Rose Bagua 9. Get really up close and intimate with her and find out those key places in you where, I don't know, one of the other things I've been thinking about is what would I not want to get to that last breath without experiencing in this lifetime? It starts to really focus you in on what really matters, what's a non-negotiable, where do I really, really need to place my focus? So she's a beauty for us to be working with going into this new moon. New moons always offer us a new beginning, but eclipsed moons, the impact can last over 6 months until we get to the next eclipse window. So just be very aware that in this particular window, you have the opportunity of being the visionary in your life, and to really get super clear about what it is that you are still aligned to do, that is still on your timeline, in this highest timeline that you would choose for yourself. Let's see what the second rose is. The second rose I am inner strength. Now, for some of us, we are choosing to take the road less travelled. We are choosing to stand for something that feels very powerful, that we believe in. This Rose, and she's Rosemary 3, but she is, you'll see, she is in shadow. The sunshine, this rose was one of the roses that came from the Alhambra in Granada. She was sitting in a rose bed that was in shadow, so there was a lot of light around her. And she says, I may be sitting in the shadows, but still I am beautiful. And I just sit and wait until it's my time to shine. And this feels so perfect because so many of us, I know, are still polishing the diamond. We're still recognizing that it's under pressure that the diamond is formed. It is under pressure that we get to see what it is that's still within us that wants to be released. And so here she sits. And she sits and says, I wait until it's my time to shine. I am inner strength. This is just a perfect alignment for this particular point in our journey. So, oh, thank you. I'm getting some lovely feedback on these roses tonight. They are obviously touching the spot. They are resonating with, the field. And this is a collective process that we're moving through. And of course, many of us will resonate with these energies because this is part of our unfolding. So, what's our third rose this evening? The third rose this evening is Rose Bagua 7. And Rose Bagua 7 sits in the area of creativity and children. And so this rose at some level says, become as a child, get childlike, to get curious, get playful. What is your creative expression? Is there anything that you did when you were in your childhood or that you loved in your childhood that is actually calling forward for you to reconnect with and to express at this point? This is just such a joyful rose to work with. She's an explosion. She's absolutely wonderful and is calling us to find this pathway within us where we are just in the creative zone, because this is when the creator and the creative, or our creative essence, gets activated and fully activated in authentic. We go into the zone. And that's what enables us to bring through that which is uniquely ours to voice or to express. So, 3 gorgeous energies to actually work with today. Rose Bagua 9, getting into the visionary zone of this new moon, new beginnings. What is there that's still calling for your activation? And going into the summer solstice, this is the most yang, the end of the out breath of God, if you like. And then we come back in to the in breath that takes us to the winter solstice. What is this expression that is wanting to be birthed? What wants to blossom? Here in the Northern Hemisphere, things are very slow because even my roses are about a month behind schedule to how they normally are in bloom zone. But, this is absolutely the time when we are called to start to really vision forward. Where where is what's calling us forward, what essence is really calling us forward. I am inner strength, and gosh, do we need to know that? For so many of us, we have really been tested in this last 18 months. Really tested in this last 18 months to stand in centre and to wait until it is our time to shine. And so many of us have been in preparation, seemingly for lifetimes, but nevertheless, we all signed up to be here right now. So we are in this squeeze point where things at times become more and more ridiculous, or seemingly more and more ridiculous. Gosh, you know, you can go on holiday. No, you can't go on holiday. You can go on holiday here, but no, you can't go on holiday there. Oh, my goodness, craziness. And the third rose, and she sits in the place of children and creativity, and it is getting in touch with our childlike essence so that we can unpack some of the layers of conditioning that we've put around ourselves to explore perhaps aspects of ourselves, perhaps even in known expression, to let go of the boundaries, to get a little freer. This rose is very free. Yeah, there's no control here. And what she brings through is this amazing authenticity, this amazing energy, exuberant energy. And gosh, wouldn't it be lovely to get in contact with that? So there we are. That's our 3 roses for this reading, this new moon, and for our window going into the summer solstice. And that summer solstice energy will take us into the full moon on the 24th, which completes this particular cycle. So this is you know, just gorgeous energy to work with. And on that note, for the first time ever, since I have done the roses, I have put a discount on the Rose Oracle on the website, and it is only available. I sound like one of these, oh gosh, you know, people that put sale stuff up. But seriously, those of you that have worked with the roses will know that I have never discounted the roses. And I'm doing it because I'm starting a new program of rose classes that starts on the 21st. And I'm offering the Rose Oracle at a reduced price. It's on the website now. I've only set it this evening, and it is just for 2 weeks, and then it will not be offered again, I can tell you. So if you want an extra set of the roses, now's the time to buy it. If you're going to treat yourself, this is the time to buy it. And as I say, look out the new rose classes, which really are holding this 5D field of frequency and the energy of what the roses have come to offer us in recalibrating our bodies, rebalancing the energies, detoxifying the body. The roses will work with us moving forward in all of these areas and allow us to keep coming back to center regardless of the disturbance that's going on in the external field. Anyway, I'm going to close out with the air element alchemy bowl, because we are moving into a Gemini new moon at 19 degrees of Gemini. And I've got the grandmother alchemy bowl here as well. So may the blessings of the roses carry on the sound for you and be received within the heart. And it's Oh, that's lovely, Pamela. If you go to rosealchemy.com and go to the shop, the Rose Oracle is the first page on the drop down. Anyway, lovely that you were able to join me. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. And our 3 beautiful energies, rose energies, to carry us through this new moon with absolute grace and expansion. And I look forward to connecting soon. And as I say, there is a 21-day free rose focus that on this Rose Alchemy page every morning until the 21st. Anyway, bye for now. Love and rosy blessings. Bye-bye.